Okay. So now I believe the slides and my voice is audible to you. Yeah. Am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
Welcome
sir.
back. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. So welcome back to this class on lean startup management. And in last class, we discussed about access to funding. And in today's class, I'll be discussing about business plan, which you will be submitting as an assignment on October 8th. Okay, so the template for this business plan is uploaded to the VTOP. Okay, under DA2, I think I have uploaded the business plan document, the template, which you can download to prepare the business plan. I have made it short. I have made it as a 6 or 8 pages document, which you can fill to get the business plan. So now let's discuss one by one how we are going to develop the business plan. So in this class, we will be discussing about, I'll be guiding you to write a business plan. So if you're starting a business and if you're requiring a finance to start the business, only then people will go for preparing the business plan. But it should not be the case. You have to prepare, you have to ready with your business plan, even if you require funding or if you don't require funding, doesn't matter. It will be very good and it will be giving you a clear idea of what you're doing. So business plan is required for any business before you start it. So what are the things you should list in your business plan? Let's go step by step. So in general, a business plan will give us what type of business. So first you are going to mention what type of business you are going to run. Because when I say the type of business, we have different types of business. One is retail, manufacturing or service. Retail is you buy a product from the manufacturer and you distribute it or you sell it in a retail price. Say for example, you buy, if you're a retail agent, like you buy the product from, say for example, it's a coffee powder or from Nestle. You will be the retailer for or retailer or the distributor for the product in Vellore region, and you will distribute to the retailers who will buy the product from the distributor and they will sell it in a small shops. So the small shops we can call as retail units. Okay, so say for example for More or Reliance, the Reliance Mart or the More, they will be acting as the, from the Tata Birla group we are the More, right? So they will be acting as the retail agents. So retail is one who is going to distribute or one who is going to be in the immediate contact to the customer. Okay, so next we are having manufacturing units where you do actual manufacturing. When it comes to manufacturing, we have a lot of types. We have cottage industries, we have MSMEs, we have micro scale, macro scale, large scale sectors, like that. We have a lot of manufacturing units. When it comes to service, we have hospitals, we have schools, we have theaters, any amusement park. So where service, you just service the customer. So you have to, depending upon your business idea, you have to classify them as a retail business or manufacturing business or service oriented sector. So from there you'll understand whether you are going to, how your product is going to be there, how you are going to sell your product. So those ideas you can get when you decide upon your type of business. Then legal organizations. So here you should know the whether your organization, when it develops, it's going to be a corporation, whether it's going to be a partnership unit or it's going to be a sole proprietorship. Sole proprietorship is the one which you are owning on your own, so that we call as sole proprietorship. Okay, say for example, all Reliance group is belongs to Mukesh Ambani or Anil Ambani. Okay, so they own the particular business, so they solely own that property, or they are responsible for the business. Partnership units, say for example, if Reliance and Adani groups or collaboratively if they are starting some unit, we call them as partnerships. Corporations are one, which in corporations you have many types. Corporations are generally like an empire, like they have both public and private involvement. Public means the people, private means the some any other groups, or sometimes quasi government. For example, Avin, if you take Avin, that which provides milk in Tamil Nadu, that is owned by, that's a corporation, Avin Corporation, because a part of the share is owned by the public, the part of the share is owned by government. So both people and government, they run the business. So that is called as corporations. Okay, so you have to decide how is your business is going to be, right? Then business location. You have to in your business plan. You are going to write about where your business will be located, from where, what will be the base of your business, and what is the area, in square feet, or in whatever area you're going to do the business. And if you're doing the business from your home, what is the size, what will be the size of your department. All these things has to be mentioned clearly. And whether your business will be based on the land which you have purchased, or the space you are going to rent, or what is the term of agreements you have in the for the space what you have. Whether you're going to start the business in a mall, a big office space, or it's going to be a farm oriented business, or whatever it is. You have to mention about the area of your, or the fixed area from where you will operate. That is very, very essential. Then we have to learn about license and permission. For any business to start, you need to take permission from the local authorities. Okay, and local authorities, and you have to apply for a lot of licenses. Even if it's an education institution, or an hospital, or a restaurant, you have to take a lot of certifications, a lot of licenses and permits. Even if it's a theater, you have to get a lot of permissions to start the business. For example, if you want to start a restaurant, you should have the Food and Safety Authority of India, I guess, FSAI. Okay, Food Safety and Authority of India, I guess, FSAI. You have to get the certificate. If you want to be a doctor, you have to register yourself. You have to get the license to practice, and like that. So it's just like getting a license to drive a vehicle. Okay, you're like that. You have to get some licenses and permits to run the business. So that is very important. Then you have to understand how many employees are required, how many employees are required to manage the business, and how many number of employees are required to run the business. So both are different. Like, you're going to mention about your labors, you are going to mention about the management team. And it is be very good if you could develop a hierarchy, like who will report to whom. A employee will report to a supervisor. A supervisor may report to a shop floor in charge. A shop floor in charge may report to a manager. The manager will report to the CEO. Like that, the hierarchy of your organization structure can be made available on your website. Even lot of websites, if you even go to some government universities, even VIT universities, we have that hierarchy, like hierarchy of escalation of any problem, or how decisions will be taken in an organization. Like that, it should be made transparent. Then you should include a general description about your product. What is the product you are going to manufacture? Why you are manufacturing the product? What will be the price of the product? Right? Okay. Because some product, again, you should decide the price of the product from place to place. For example, if you see that, for example, Titan watches, right? You know Titan watches, which is famous in India, the fast track and other variants of Titan watches, right? So this fast track, if you are buying in the showroom, which is right outside their company in Hosur, the cost of the watches will be 20% or 10% less from the actual price what you buy in online or any other stores across the globe. So normally it's 20% less when you buy from the company outlet, direct company outlet, in where the company is located, not in Vellore or not in other places. So because they are giving some preference to the local people from whom they buy. Say similarly, there are a lot of examples we can give. Some products will be cheaper from the place where it get manufactured. Correct? So that's why I should, because that's a small favor what you can do to the people who are located near your company. Okay, then you should have a plan, like who is going to buy your product, who is going to, the wholesale dealer, or who is going to resell the retail. You should have the distributor knowledge on distributor, the wholesale distributor, and the retailer of your business, because these people are the one who are going to get the product from you and deliver it to your customer. And these people are also very important to have a very good customer relationship because these are the people who will deliver the product to the customer, and thereby creating a value for your business. If it's a service oriented business, then it should be different. It should be, because service means the feel. You should, how you are going to give the feel to the customers who are buying your product, and how we are going to charge. If you are going for a haircut, how much for the haircut you are going to charge? If you are going to for a spa, how much they are going to charge you, or something. If you are going to a gym, how much they are charging you. If you are going for a theater, how much they are charging you. So all this depends upon the activity or the experience what you are going to give to your customers. So you should include details about your product and who is going to deliver that and what will be the pricing. Then the main important thing in developing the business is developing a marketing plan. You can manufacture the product, but how you are going to deliver that product to the customer. So here comes the idea of you have to discuss about your target market. Okay, target market is one where you are going to who will be your customers target, right? So you are going to select the ideal customer for your company, like who will be the ideal customer, like who will be buying your product. So all these ideas you are going to decide. Then you are going to decide about the population, right? Like who when I say population here, I mean what group of the population will be buying your product, how many numbers of people will be buying your product, to whom you are going to sell the product, how many people will buy your product, what will be the age group of the people, in which demographics you will be having a very good sales, what will be the sex of the people, like male or female, like that, what will be the education level of the people who are going to buy the product, what will be the income level of your customers. Like these important discussions you should have. Normally this is being given to a survey team. Normally this is being given to a survey team who will be handling this situation as a third party for the company. But when you are a startup, you should develop these things keeping in mind, in your mind, all these things by yourself. So that is the difference. So you should know who is going to be your customers. Say for example, a lot of you came out with the idea of developing some waste management. Then the common people of any demographic location can be under your proposed title, right? Then someone told about drones. Drone everyone is not going to use, so it may be for military purpose, or for any monitoring purpose, or for some during some pandemic situations, or epidemic situations, or earthquakes, natural calamities. You can use this drone systems. So your population or your target customers are going to be different. Then you should also study the buying behavior of your target group. What is buying behavior of your target group? Okay, so people will buy from your market. They have some kind of buying behavior, like how they will be reacting in the market, right? So buying behavior means, like sometimes due to something in the some change in the market, the buying behavior will be changing. Say for example, if it's a Diwali season, the buying behavior of people are going to change. They'll buy a lot of sweets, they'll buy a lot of dresses. Like the buying behavior will change. Say for example, otherwise, after this launch of this online portals like Amazon, Flipkart, and something, some other Mintra, or whatever it is, what happens? The changing buying behavior has changed among the customers. Especially during this pandemic, people are not going outside to buy the grocery. Everything is getting ordered online, and you're getting it delivered to your doorstep. So the buying behavior, it plays a very important role in deciding the market. Okay, so that is also very important. You should know who will be your ideal customer. You should be studying their population. You will be studying your population, and you will be understanding the buying behavior. So these are the important things what you have to consider. Next, you should understand who will be your competitor. So identify top three competitors. There may be many competitors in the market, but identify the top three people in the market, and after that you try to give them what is the difference between you and your competitor. Okay, so this will give you, or by emphasizing like what is the difference, it will show you how your product is different from the how your product, or how you are going to service your customer, and that will be how it is going to be different from your competitor. That is very important. Okay, so when you show your customers that how you are different from your competitor, It may be even in the delivery or how you are going to deliver your customer service. What is the product? What is different product you are having? What is the characteristics of your product when compared to the competitors' product? So all these things will help you in showing the difference from what your product and what your competitors' product is. So when you are able to show the difference, that will create a change in the buying behavior. Like the people will be motivated to buy your product. You'll have a lot of customers. So what is then we have to develop the marketing plan. Okay, now you have decided who your customers are, and you know you know what how your product is advanced than the advanced compared to your competitors. Now you have to know how to market your products. How this can be done? Marketing can come in any shape. Marketing can happen through any way. Sometimes negative marketing will also happen. Okay, so even like some film stars, they do negative marketing. They do some negative marketing, right? So that is also possible. And sometimes it gets paid advertising. Like you can promote your product through some advertisements through in TVs or hoardings, something like that, or in newspapers. If you're doing in newspapers, like how if you're publicizing your about your products in newspapers or in social media, so how you're going to do the publicity? Then otherwise, if you're going to sell the product on your own, what kind of personal selling methods you will be using? Like how you can attract the customers. Say for example, there will be two shops, two restaurants. In fact, outside this video, a lot of restaurants. So, but you will be motivated always to go to only a few restaurants where you will find a lot of crowd always, because it's about the selling methods, like the personal selling method, like how they deliver the products, or how they satisfy their customer, how they attract the customers. That's where this personal selling methods comes into picture. Then, if you are distributing the materials like brochures, flyers, or advertising in your websites. So how we are going to do this? So the type of materials, all these things are. But to do paid advertising, or whether you're going to do some publicity by hoardings, or whether you're going to do some personal selling methods, or whether you're going to have some brochures or flyers distributed in the market. But the important thing to do all these things, you require a budget, because publicity or advertising or when printing some materials, you require a budget, and you should know how you'll create the budget for this, because the first 3 years it's about developing the product and making it reach your business to the customers. So what is important? Budget is very important. So even to do marketing, you need budget. Okay, then finance. This is the next part. Next part of your business plan will be on mostly focusing on financial plan. So first, to start, when you start up the business, always you create a startup cost worksheet. You create an Excel sheet. You classify the items. You know what is the equipment, what is the requirement of your equipment, what are the supplies you require, what are the other items you require. All these things you list down. How much you have to pay the fees for your license, how much is the thing you require for to deposit, right? All these expenditures, how much you're going to pay for your advisors, or what's the cost you're going to pay for each, or pay fees. Like there will be a lot of approval required. So how much you're going to pay the fees, even if you're paying the bribe, you list it out. Okay, sometimes you have to say pay some bribe directly or indirectly. Even don't regret to add that, because that is going to cost your company. Okay, so add that cost in the Excel sheet. Make a cost startup cost worksheet and add all these details, like what will be the requirement, what will be the fees required to pay. So all these things you have to add. Next comes the balance sheet. So after, what is the balance sheet? It is going to tell you how much is your profit, how much is the asset you're having, and how much you have to pay. Liabilities means there will be some pending payments or something has to be paid, which you took as a loan. So all these things are there. So take into the account about the expenses also. Next, you prepare a month by month budget for at least for the first 1 year. You should make a cash flow statement. This cash flow statement you should make monthly. It's like how much units you have sold, how much is the profit you made. So all these things should come into picture. So all these things are there. Then we have to add about pro forma of income projections. So pro forma here, it means the income statements. So what is the income statement for the first 3 years? You are going to show what is the income, what is the expenses, after before paying the income tax, what is your income, after paying the tax, what is your income. So all these things you are going to list on. So this will be giving you the pro forma of income projection. So what is the money you got, how much you spend, how much you're going, before paying the tax, how much was the money, after paying the tax, how much was the money. So all these details you have to take into account. Okay, then you have to prepare a break-even analysis. I'll be sharing a presentation on break-even analysis after this class. You can refer to that for more details. What is break-even analysis? Say for example, you have invested 10,000 rupees. Okay, you have invested 10,000 rupees, and the cost of your product, one unit of your product is 1,000. So after selling 10 units, you will be reaching the money what you spend. That means you spend 10,000 rupees overall. Cost of one unit of your product is 1,000 rupees. That means if you sell 10 units, you will reach the money what you spend. Then whatever you sell after whatever number of units you sell after this 10, that will be your profit. Say for example, if you're selling 11th product, if you sell for 1,000 rupees, that is the actual profit. So 10 till 10,000 you are making a loss, till you sell the 10 units you are making a loss. From the 11th unit, whatever you are selling, you are going to make the profit. But how much, within how much days or how much time you will take to sell this 11th product. So that is very important. So when you know the time gap, that is called as break even analysis. Like after selling how many days, how many after how much days I'll take for selling this 10 products, and how much time from when on I will be reaching the 11th product. That is called as break even analysis. Then, so after this break even point, whatever you are making the sales, that is a profit to your company. But you should make a plan to reach this break even point at a shorter notice. Then what are the sources and uses of funds? Okay, so you should add about the financial statements. When adding the financial statement, like who are the investors in your business, if when you are adding that thing, you should add about what is your personal contribution, and what is the money you are expecting from the money lender or from the investors. What is the money you are expecting from the other sources. That has to be, so the source of fund and how we are going to utilize the fund, that statement has to be added. What is the source of fund, including your personal investment, and what are the other sources of fund. All these things has to be added. Okay, then when when you are adding this, you should add more about your personal financial information, because when you add your personal financial information, that brings the knowledge that how much ownership you are there. So if you invest more, you don't want to lose. You will be in a mindset not to lose your business. So when you invest more, that will make sure the others will make sure that you will be achieving the targets whatever you have. So that means you have a liability. When you invest more, you have the liability. So this is going to bring you a lot of customers, so lot of investors. So you should also able to tell how much is the tax returns you are going to pay, and what is the credit score. Credit score means how much money is there in the bank. What is your personal financial statement. Sometimes you may be required even to add your personal curriculum to see how much technically you are qualified, and whether you'll be able to manage the money with your knowledge. So, and what is the operating plan of your business? Like if you get so much investment, in how many days you'll be able to return the money to the investors? From when on you'll be making the profit to return it to the customer, to your investors. So all these things has to be laid down in your business plan. Next is the management plan. So how you are going to create a management plan? First step is you should include who will be the owners or who will be the directors of your corporation, or who will be the owners of your directors, who will be there to take the decision. So a board of directors has to be formed to make the investors aware that who will be making the decisions, like whom they have to contact in case of any problem. Then who will be managing your business, who will run the business, who will be the employees, what will be their knowledge level, how much you are going to pay them. So all these details has to be listed. this will be this should match with the organization structure whatever you are predefined in the operating in the other plan. Next, you should add about the details about your accountants, or your advisors. Who will be the business advisors for you? Whom you are going to consult? Who will be your financial advisor, or sometimes we call them as certified public accountant? Who is the attorney general who is going to support your business? Who is the insurance agent? Who will be with whom you are going to bank? or all these details you are going to add up to this list of business advices, because sometimes people don't invest for you, invest on you because you have the support of the well learned people, or the real people who know how to run the business. So you'll have the advisory list of from all these people. So when you have a very good advisory team, investors will be ready to invest on you. Next, you are going to tell a detail about what is the day-to-day operations, like what time you are going to open the business, what time you will close the business daily, what is the production activity, and how much units you will be trying to sell in one day, or how much service you are going to provide in one day. So like on based upon the daily basis, you are going to tell what is your day-to-day operations. Then when it comes to accounting and financing operations, you are going to tell who is going to be the accountant, who will be billing, who will be collecting the money, like how this financial transactions is going to happen, who will have control about this financial transactions, that you should mention. Then talking about computer and technology, what is the kind of technology, how much technology you're going to imbibe into your business, whether you're going to have any website, if you're having a website, who is going to maintain that website, what kind of hardware and software you're going to use, like even what kind of mobile phone or what kind of communication tools you're going to use, that should be mentioned. You can even include the type of printers. If it's an office, you can include even the type of printers, the fax machines, or any other advanced telecommunication devices what you're going to use in your business. All you can add. Even if you're going to use some IoT tools, or the industry 4.0 tools, digital twins, cyber physical systems, you can explain about everything, how technological, how much technology is involved in your business. You can explain that depending upon your business. Next, as the last step, what you are going to do is you are going to create a executive summary. In this executive summary, you are going to it's like an abstract. You are going to tell what are the things you are going to do. What is your who will be your customers, like whatever we discussed so far. You are going to make it as a one-page document. You are going to tell what is the business plan, where your business will be located. You are going to tell who will be interested in doing business with you, who will be the investors, how much finance you expect from them. So all these things has to be listed in that. Like I told you, it's going to be the company information, description of the product, what is the purpose of the business. You have to mention this. What is the mission and what is the vision of your business? Mission and vision stands for short term and long term goals which you are going to achieve. Okay, then who will be your target customer, who is your competitor, what is the difference between your product and the competitor, who is going to, what is the kind of finance you expect, how much will be your own investment, your individual investment, like how we are going to how much capital you are expecting to start the business, and what will be your break even point. So all these things you have to list out in your business plan. The template for this business plan, I have shared it. Okay, so at last, after writing this business plan, it doesn't end there. You read it, you review it, you revise the business plan and make it perfect till you feel that it is 100% perfect. Even there are some third party people to write a business plan for you, because business plan will win you the proposal when it goes for funding. In the last class, we discussed about how the shares are being done, how you can from starting of shares to the exit. So we have discussed about everything. In this class, I have told you how to prepare a business plan. When your business plan is correct, okay, you are going to give the business plan to your investors. So after reading the business plan, the investors, the angel investors, your friends, your family will be ready to invest on you. Okay, or the venture capitalist, they will be reading your business plan. So preparing a very good business plan is the key factor for you to win funding for your business. Also, when you go and approach any bank for bank loan to start a business, or any MSME loan, or funding, even in India we have Mudra scheme, like that, all this thing. Wherever you go, the first thing, if you're a startup or if you're an entrepreneur, they're going to ask you a business plan. So if your business plan is paka, your funding will be assured. Okay, so know how to write your business plan. If you have any questions, I'll be able to answer that now.
Hello, sir.